Also happens to also be the richest man in Australia, but it doesn't matter. Is here to talk about something really important and that also benefits content creators. So please help me welcome on stage the most energetic guy I've ever met, Mr. Andrew Forrest. Andrew, we're starting with the guy with the highest energy first.
I've seen a few more here. Oh my God, this is NAS.
Welcome to India.
It's such an easy place to have a great time. You know why?
Yeah.
It's full of Indians.
The energy is unpalpable. Palpable? What's it?
Palpable, good.
Palpable is
Yeah.
what does that mean? What does that mean?
It means that you can touch it, you can grab it.
Oh, the energy is grabbable.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew, introduce yourself to everybody here, because I don't think many of them have heard of what you do before. Tell them what you do.
Okay, so look, I'm a scientist, I'm a philanthropist, I'm also better known as a business person. I'm here because I have a huge business, and it's part of the massive problem which is cooking our planet called lethal humidity and global warming. We burn 1 billion litres of diesel a year. We're shocking you want to hold us to account. But there's about 1,000 people like me who you can hold to account, and
Before we get to that, let's get to the basics, okay? What does your business do? Can you show the iPad on stage? This is your business.
it is. It mines iron ore, sends it all around the world, about 200 million tonnes.
So, what does this do?
Mines iron ore.
What the hell is
and
iron
ships it.
ore?
Iron ore is what everything which holds up this magnificent place, our chairs, is made out of steel.
Steel. So you make steel.
I'm the ingredient behind steel.
And so this is your mind.
This is it. This is one of several.
So this is like, so did you guys know that 1/4 of the world's steel comes from Western Australia, right?
Yes.
And you're one of the biggest in the world.
Yes.
And your company's worth, I think, $70 billion.
Yes.
Which means, according to Google, you're worth $20 billion.
Give or take.
Give or take a few lakhs.
Feel it.
Okay, so this is a giant business, okay? What's the problem?
Well, what makes me really miserable?
You're miserable.
Look, what makes me really miserable?
Hold on, no, you're a billionaire and you're miserable.
Look, I feel miserable because I'm part of the problem which is cooking this planet. We've got to stop it. I have to stop it. Until I stop it, I'm going to be miserable.
What's the problem? It's like a nice business.
I put out 2 million tonnes of carbon dioxide a year. I want to be held to account by all your great creators.
Wait, hold on. You put on 2 million or billion?
2 million tonnes of carbon dioxide per year, just my company.
Okay,
It's
so
crazy,
you're-
huh? Don't shoot me, there's a few others as well.
So hold on, you put out 2 million. I want to show the thing here. So this is an example of like some of the pollution that comes out.
Yes.
And how many diesels of liter do you burn every year?
Right now we burn 1 billion litres of diesel per year. Yeah, I mean, be horrified, I'm freaking horrified.
Okay, so why don't you just close your business?
Because then the steel price would go through the roof. We couldn't hold these great conferences. We need not the steel we make, it's how we make it.
Okay, so your business is actually essential to life.
It is. You can't do without it. But that's not the problem. The problem is how we make the steel. We should make the steel with no pollution.
So how do we make steel without pollution?
Okay, Nasir, this is a really great question. Sun, wind, leadership. That's all you need.
Sun, wind, leadership. Okay, so let's just, so it took me a while to understand this story. It's very freaking crazy. So this guy, who's made so much money, he's burning 1 billion diesels of liter per year. You wake up one day and you say, I'm gonna burn 0 liters of diesel.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So, how the hell do you burn 0 diesels of liters? You gonna do net zero?
No, look, net Nasir is a con, it's a fake. The only zero you should have is real zero, anything else is fake. We've got to stop burning fossil fuels, full stop.
Full stop.
Full stop.
Not net zero, just zero. You're going to burn zero carbon in your business.
Everyone here should just disbelieve this word net. It's a con. If you're not real, you're not real.
So you're telling me this business in the next few years is going to burn zero carbon?
From 1 billion litres of diesel a year to 0.
How the hell are you going to do that? Well, Clap wants to know how he's going to do it. How the hell are you going to do that?
Okay, we're building a gigawatt, that's 1 million megawatts of solar, nearly a gigawatt, 1 million megawatts of wind, 750 kilometers of transmission lines. We're changing all our trucks.
One second.
Trains.
So you built a solar farm.
Yeah.
And then you built a wind farm.
Yeah.
And so that now all your electricity will be generated from this.
From solar, wind, and the missing ingredient across the world that's here is leadership.
Leadership.
Yes.
Okay.
Technology, sustainable energy, it's all there.
Okay, so you built this. So now you're building this. So that's great. Now, what are you doing about the trucks?
Okay, so these trucks are the biggest trucks in the world, right? They've got wheels which go up to this roof. And, we said, I was in the middle of this huge trip and I thought, my God, we're creating green hydrogen all over the world, which is going to replace fossil fuel, replace oil and gas, but who's going to start using it? So I'll start with my trucks. And I asked all my experts, my engineers, how long will it take for you to build me a hydrogen fuel cell truck? And they said, flat out, 3 years. And I said, no, you've got 100 days.
3 years to build a new truck.
3 years. They said, no, crap, you've got 100 days.
100 days.
They said, that's impossible, boss. They said, well, we don't even have a shed. So, okay, 99 days. Oh, this is rubbish. It's big unrealistic. Okay, 98 days. Okay, stop. We'll build this friggin' truck. In 93 days, that first fossil fuel-free huge mining truck rolled out. No noise, no pollution, no wrecking your future.
So now all your trucks are going to look like this.
Yeah, beautiful, aren't they?
It's kind of beautiful. Okay, so trucks are now clean. What else should be clean? Trains.
Yes, trains.
How do you make a train clean?
Well, you have large batteries. If it's going down the hill, you take off the load. When it goes back up the hill, it keeps running itself, right? Because all that energy is stored in the battery. With no load on it, it goes straight back up the hill. Zero fuel, zero pollution. Or if it's all flat, you put ammonia next to it, like a little tank of diesel, but it has no emissions. And that fires the battery.
Okay, so now your trucks are clean, your trains are clean, but when you put the steel in the ship will emit carbon.
Yes, that is a major flaw.
What are you going to do about this, my friend? How many ships do you have?
We have 80 ships.
You have 80 of these ships. Yeah. I barely have a car. And how are you going to make this green?
Okay, so we've already built the first green ammonia fuel cell ship, and it's been commissioned right now in Singapore. We're going to sail it into Dubai for COP28. This is the first long-distance pollution-free ship. On the bow of that ship, Prime Minister Modi has asked to stand for that historic voyage. That will start the ball rolling, so all shipping has no excuse but to go fully pollution-free.
Wow. Wait. So you made a ship that runs on ammonia, which ammonia emits no carbon.
No carbon.
And how many of these ships are there in the world?
Yeah, there's thousands, there's tens of thousands. Everyone has got to go green. You should.
Now, how many green ammonia ships are there in the world?
One.
One!
But that's the start, right? We've got to get going somewhere. Then there's going to be 80, and then there's going to be 800, then there'll be 8,000, and the world shipping industry's got to go green.
So you built the world's first ammonia ship?
Yes, sir.
That's kind of a big deal.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
So the train is now clean, the ship is clean, the truck is clean, and the plant is clean.
Plant is clean.
And that is how you're about to be the first ever mine in the world to be zero carbon.
Yeah, and look, the mining industry is meant to be old, lethargic, backward industry, but in fact, if this huge mining company goes green, so can every industry in the world. Every industry in the world should just, their chief executive, their chairman should just be asked by you great creators, ask across the world, when will you stop burning fossil fuel? Give me a date. And if that date's 2020s, give them a hand. If that's date 2030s, give them a smaller clap. If it's after 2035, don't clap. Say, hey, give me the leadership. You're not paid to follow, you're paid to lead.
So why are you here? You should be with Prime Minister Modi, with Joe Biden. Why are you here in front of us kids?
Because you guys are so much fun and you're wonderful creators who I know this story is going to die flat if you don't get out and spread this story that industrial companies all over the world can stop burning fossil fuel.
So this is what I find really fascinating, okay? You know, you're a giant businessman. You've built some of the biggest businesses in the world. Yet, you know, you've invented new ships. You've invented new trucks. It's insane. In 97 days.
Don't miss the train, though. It's the biggest train.
That train feels easy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was hard. And yet, I think we need content creators to tell not just this story, but other stories, to tell the world about sustainability, because people don't understand it.
You said, we sat down there a second ago, you said, if a tree falls over from the forest, no one knows about it unless you talk about it. This going green, this stopping our planet burning, India is on the front line of lethal humidity and global warming. You are on the front line. Let's lead this world. I need you to spread this word. Ask the question, when will you stop burning fossil fuel? Ask it not of each other. You deserve to have the standard of living. It's me, it's the 1,000 odd industrialists like me who you should say, hey, when are you going to stop burning fossil fuel? Because don't tell me it can't be done, because Fortescue is doing it.
Wow. You know, a lot of people make me feel guilty for flying.
Yeah.
You know, they say, oh, why are you flying? Like, you should not be flying, and you should not be using electricity, and don't even use the toilet. You know, it takes a lot of energy. And should we feel guilty, or should we, who's responsible for this pollution?
Okay, that's just such complete bullshit making me feel like that. Okay, that's just such crap. The greatest greenwash in the world is put out by the fossil fuel companies is that it's your fault. Now, if it's everyone's fault, guess who gets let off? The industrialists, the fossil fuel producers. If it's everyone's fault, it's no one's fault. But there are people at fault. There's those airline companies, those shipping companies, those manufacturing companies, those heavy industry companies who make everything. They are the ones at fault because they are burning fossil fuel. And they're the ones who should be told, hey, I want energy, which is not poison. I want steel, which doesn't destroy my children. When I go and pick up my kids from school, I want to know their future's not being destroyed by this poison you're dressing up as energy. I just want energy, which is green.
So it's not my fault for wanting to fly, it's the airline's fault for using bad fuel.
Exactly.
So, and if you can do it, I mean, you've proven that it is possible, it is right here. You've proven that it's possible to go from this to this.
Yes.
Then everybody should be able to do it.
Absolutely.
How much does this cost?
Well, look, it's not child labor, right? It's $6 billion US.
That's cheap.
I think it's cheap. You know, we stopped burning 1,000 million litres of diesel a year. We save, for that $6 billion, we save $1 billion a year. That is like a compound rate of return of 15%. That's better than you're going to get from a bank. Anyone who says to you, any industrialist, any excuse maker who produces the stuff we all need to consume, say, oh, look, I can't afford it. This is like philanthropy or charity. Absolute crap. What we're missing here, the resource we're missing isn't money. It isn't technology. It's leadership. And if you say you can't do it, well, get off the stage and let someone else in who can.
Get off the stage and let somebody else. I love that. Let somebody else who can. Okay, why India? Why are you in India?
You know, I need a nation, a really big nation, which
India?
is full of really smart, motivated, hardworking people. That's all it takes to send this world green. So I chose India.
Really?
Yes, huge country, huge population, smart people, great fun too, by the way. Yet really motivated to make a difference. And you're on the front line like we are in Northern Australia. You're on the front line of what is going to kill us if we don't move against it. And that's humidity being driven by global warming. That's what we've got to fight. And if you say to everyone, every industry, not you consumers, not the public, leave each other out of this. Go to the big industries and say, when will you stop burning fossil fuel? And if they don't give you that date before 2035, say, off the stage, get someone who'll do it. You need to be a real leader.
Wow. Okay. So, okay, so tell me about this thing, positive power. What should people, what is positive power?
So positive power is simply demanding power. I want everyone here to go to the positive power plan. Okay, if you just go think about the positive power plan, it lays it out. I'm saying to India, North America, China, come together as one group. Don't worry about all this geostrategic crap you keep talking about. The big challenge against humanity is global warming and lethal humidity. A, stop using this crap fake word net. Just go real zero. Stop burning fossil fuel. 2, incentivize your green industries. 3, stop fossil fuel subsidies. They kill off green industry. It's subsidizing our own extinction. And lastly, let's all get involved. Go to the positive power plan and spread the word.
And actually make content about sustainability. And I say this from personal experience. Every video we make about sustainability is 3 times more viral than videos not about sustainability. So you can build a career as a content creator just talking about this stuff.
Yeah, that's so right. The creators, I am nothing without you. I need you. Please get out there, write your content. You are the creators of this planet. You are the future of media. Go make it happen.
Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Crazy story. Crazy story. And guess what? We're making a NAS daily video about him now. Justin, where are you? Come on stage, Justin. Let's get the last shot. We're gonna make a video together, okay? And then come. What? Let's try here. Let's try here. Okay.
Justin's looking scared. First time you look scared.
Okay, so I want to make a video. You're gonna be in the thing. I'm gonna say one thing without you first, and then you'll come with it. Okay? So I'm gonna say this one line. Most of the pollution in the world comes from 1,000 businesses. It doesn't come from me and you flying. Okay? Okay. So just me here. Just me. By the way, this is Justin. He's been with NAS Daily for 4 years. And he is the reason NAS Daily exists. So thank you, Justin.
He's 24 years old, right? That's it. He's getting out there.
24 years old. Okay, ready? Let's go. Okay. Yeah, show the audience. Yep. Okay. Sorry, guys. This is nervous. Okay. Ready? So good. Yeah, like the face. Okay. So I'm going to come in the frame. I'm going to say most of the pollution in the world comes from 1,000 big businesses. It doesn't come from me and you flying. Okay, ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Most of the pollution in the world comes from 1,000 big businesses. It doesn't come from me and them flying. Nice. Good. Can I see? Let's double check. Very beautiful.
Content creation right here.
Okay, now it's you with the people, okay? Come over here, okay? And I want you to say, everyone can be part of the change and join the positive power plan. And that's when I need the audience's energy. Okay, so he says,
would you please go completely nuts? Leave out of your chairs, okay? Go crazy.
So just say yes, okay? So let's give it a test. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
That's the one. Great. Okay. You cannot get this in Australia.
Okay, you cannot get this in Australia. That's why we love it.
Do you want to do it vertical? You should. Maybe. This is. Can you come sit? Come here. Come. Sit.
What?
Get down there. Yeah, just jump, Andrew. Okay, come here. Come here. Stand here.
Right.
How does it look like? Should I show more people? Is better? Okay. Oh, this is way better. Okay, ready?
Everyone can be part of the change.
So everyone enjoying the positive power movement. Everyone can be part of the change and join the positive power plan. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Everyone can be a part of this change. Join the positive power plan.
Sorry, I should have said. Yeah, when he said power
I
plan,
love you guys.
when he says power plan, yes. Okay, so no awkward silence. It's a 1 minute video. Okay, ready? Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3.
Everyone can be part of this change. Come and join the positive power plan.
Nice. And then last one. I'm gonna come next to you and say, we just need sun
Hey,
when.
showed me up, right?
I'm just gonna say, we just need sun when wind. Hey, how'd you get it? How did you know that word?
Leadership. He said it.
He's just, and you remember that line?
Yes.
Wow, it's
Right,
stuck.
you guys are so good. This is why I'm in India.
Wow. I'll give you $1,000 just for that. No need to eat. Okay. All right.
You gonna start?
I'm going to say we just need sun, wind, and leadership. And then everybody says, yes! And then I just say, thank you, Andrew, and then, that's
No.
okay?
And bugger off, Andrew.
Yeah, and then say, thank you, Andrew, and get the hell out.
Okay.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. We just need sun, wind, and leadership. Thank you, man. Thank you so
Hey, brother,
much.
thank you.
Okay, sorry, let's do it again. When you say yes, start clapping. Okay, it's the end of the video. It's the end of the
I don't want
video.
to clap, but
It's
do
the
it
end of it.
anyway, please, for this planet.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. We just need sun, wind, and leadership. Thank you, man.
Pretty good, man.
Good luck.
Thank you. See you, mate.
Great, guys, we got it. Thank you so much. We're done, Matt. Your turn.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how is it going so far? कुछ हो रहा है? नहीं हो रहा है? किसने बोला कुछ नहीं हो रहा है? Oh wow. Okay, I'm not talking to you. Who are you? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our next speaker. Now, you've absolutely loved her as mostly sane. And now we love her in a new avatar. Miss Mad, Jug Geo. And the most important thing is that she is such an incredible human being. She wants to really create an impact, and that's her commitment to social causes, especially education. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Team Rahul! Team Anjali! Tina! Please put your hands together for Project Sakali! Whoa! How's it going? Yeah. Oh, my bad. Oh my goodness. It's so good to see you, yeah, after such
You look lovely.
Yeah. You know, you remind me of a little bit of Anjali, actually. You know, the bubbly from Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, thank you.
So the theme today is like Rahul, Anjali, Tina, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
Tina.
I am actually Anjali, the second version, after the interval.
Who's Miss Briganza?
That we'll have to find out from the audience.
Okay.
But it's great to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm
And
very happy to be here.
everybody's excited, looking forward to connect with you. Yeah?
Thank you.
So, Prajakta, tell me this, that most content creators here, I think the greatest challenge that everybody faces is creating this amazing audience base, and people love you here. You created that kind of, I won't say an audience, you created a community, you created that kind of fans, right? So was there like a strategy that Prajakta had or a plan to create this kind of
Oh no.
movement?
No, I started off when I started off, I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. And in all honesty, I don't think I still do. And I feel like that's what the beauty of being a creator is. That you never really completely know what you're doing. We have creators in the audience today, yes? So do you agree when I say that? That I don't think you ever know that अच्छा चलो ये तो समझ में आ गया अब तो ये I have it, and then suddenly everything changes and you're like, what happened? This video was working till like last week, it doesn't, right? Right? Thank you. So I just feel like I don't think I knew what I was doing. And it was actually the other way around when I started putting myself out on the internet. I feel like, and I say this all the time, you could say I'm biased, but I'm going to say it. I have the best audience. They have helped me through everything. Good, bad, ugly, good content, terrible content, good decisions, bad decisions, but they've been by my side every single week. So I feel like it kind of went the other way around, where I realized that if you put yourself out there and you are being yourself, and I know that that's a term that's used very like, okay, be yourself, okay, what does that even mean? But I just feel like if you're putting yourself out there authentically, is that a word?
Yeah.
I feel like the community also to a point finds you. Because think of us as viewers, right? When we go online, we are very, very picky about the content that we spend our time on. अभी वो टाइम तो है नहीं कि अच्छा टीवी पे 7 बजे से 8 बजे तक जो चलेगा देखना पड़ेगा. You know, we have 4 channels, so I have to watch this, or I have 10 channels. It's not that. You sit down and you choose exactly what you want to watch. So I feel like that is also something that worked for me.
So there's no method to the madness, or there is?
I mean, there could be a method to keeping the community once you find it, and that's solely where I come from. Different creators will have different journeys when it comes to finding their audience. I think for me, eventually you find a way of making sure that the community stays once it's with you. But I don't know if there's a short way of targeting to a certain audience, because I feel like there's an audience for everything, so that kind of puts a little bit peace in the whole madness. But other than that, I think it's just a week after week trial and error situation.
Because I talk to a lot of creators. I'm a creator myself. I have my own podcast. And
what is it called?
It's called the Lincia Rosario Show.
The Lincia Rosario Show? Please subscribe to the Lincia Rosario Show.
So it's a podcast where, we are uncovering brilliant minds just like you. And what I've observed is this, that you try everything. And everybody says that, it's about numbers, it's about subscribers. And there's always pressure coming forth, either from brands, from people, and it can get mentally exhausting.
But can I tell you something? Yeah. I feel like it used to be only about numbers. I don't think it is only about numbers anymore. And I say this all the time, but there was a time when we were sitting on a pyramid where you have the biggest creators at top and then you kind of like go down like that. So if a brand had to come and spend money, it was a no-brainer. Ki chalo, ye 10 creators hai, we're going to pick them up, we're going to spend money there, and that's that. What happened in 2017, after the whole digital boom that India went through, is that regional content came up. Now, there's a huge chunk of our country that has absolutely no clue who I am, what I do. And this is a lot of it is because of a language barrier. A lot of it is because I don't speak the language that they do, or they don't speak the language that I do, or I don't have regional references, I'm not from there. There's a brand that comes and wants to sell something in those areas. I could have all the numbers in the world, but it's useless because I can't target the right audience. There could be a creator who could have 1/100th of my numbers and still make money and still get that brand deal, and I would be irrelevant there. So I feel like at this point, and this is why I love saying this, it's such a great time to be a creator, especially in India, because numbers is not the only thing that matters anymore.
So what is the thing? Engagement?
Yeah.
That's the, okay, so how does a creator work on their engagement? What are the 2 things you would ask them to do?
exactly what we said at the top of the conversation is that when this community does come to you, how to keep it. For me, one thing that works is always listening to it. What is the one thing that differentiates digital platforms from all other platforms is that your audience is extremely, sometimes a little too honest with you. They will not hold back on feedback. They will tell you exactly what they like, what they don't like, because they're spending their time, their money, and their energy on you, so you're accountable.
Right.
So they are very, very blatant about it. So listen to them. I always get the reality checks from my audience. My audience will be there to tell me, Pradipta, great job, really nice, works. But Pradipta, like, stop. Like, no, this doesn't work. We don't enjoy it. You can do better, or the things you did before were better. So I feel like listening to your audience is number one. Please always go through your comments. Although that is something that I am also working on as we move on. I feel like that's one thing I can do better is replying to comments. I feel like I really suck at that at this point. But listening to them, I read as many as I can. So listen to them because you'll get great feedback there. And number two, never ever take your audience's intelligence for granted. Because you're one mind and there are millions and they are smarter than you. So you could come from a place of like, I know how to do this and I'll slyly put this brand here and nobody will, it doesn't work like that. They're extremely smart. So not once as a creator should you sit and think that kisi ko pata nahi chalega.
What about those people who are starting from scratch and they don't know how to build a community? What do you feel like? What is that one thing they should do? Because whenever I speak to them, they're like, how do we build a community? That's like the starting point, right?
You start off. You upload content after content after content. Ranveer speaks about quantity a lot, and that makes sense. For you to get into a groove, for you to get into that place of telling people that I'm here,
Right.
okay, and I'm going to show up every week, and I'm going to put content out. Not going out of sight is also a game of quantity when you start off. So consistency also comes in there, where there is no way around it. The only way you can tell a group of people that you're here is by showing up.
Yeah.
So you could sit and think, no, when I have a community, I'll make it, or when there's a better time, there's too much competition now, or I don't know what I'm doing, maybe I can perfect this content. There is no better time to be a creator than right now. Because if you think that 5 years from now or 5 months from now, you'll know what you're doing, you won't. I've been doing this for close to 9 years. I don't think I completely know what I'm doing.
So it's like trial and error, just keep showing up.
All the time.
Fantastic. And I've seen your transition from being an RJ. I saw your first video with Hrithik Roshan. India. It's such a funny video. I still remember that.
Oh, the Instagram video?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow, okay.
You were like having that fan moment. So it's been quite a transition for you. RJ, then content creator, and now you're doing movies. And each of these mediums are so different, and I'm sure they present challenges of their own. What sort of creativity is required for each of these mediums and the challenges that you go through?
Radio I'll not speak about because I was terrible at it. So I have absolutely nothing to give there. I feel like I needed some advice. I was terrible as a radio jockey, so I'm very glad that I quit that. What kind of creativity is needed for being a creator?
For being an RJ creator and
RJ, that's what I'm saying. I don't know about RJ. Creator, see, this is such a blanket term. Okay, what sort of creativity is needed? We have creators today. We have someone like a Nusayar who's doing this, which is massive, and it started with 1-minute videos. We have people doing podcasts. Everything is so different. When I said that there's an audience for everything, this is what I mean. That there is nobody who can tell you what you can create best other than you and your audience. So it's a very one-on-one relationship like that.
But and the challenges that you faced when you were a content creator and as an actor now?
I don't mean to sound rude. I've not faced a challenge to switch. Because that's the good thing. I don't have to pick. I'm not either a creator or an actor. I'm creating, I'm writing, but at the same time, I'm also auditioning, I'm also shooting. So I don't feel like there was a challenge in the switch. The only challenge when I first started shooting, so there's a show that I do on Netflix called Mismatch. And I remember going on set for the first time for Mismatch. And I didn't know what was making me uncomfortable. I was like, what is it that, I'm excited and I know my lines and I'm in hair and makeup and costume, and what is it that I can't? I realized that the one thing that was making me uncomfortable was that after every take, I couldn't go and see the monitor. Because you're so used to being a creator, you'll constantly you'll be like, okay, this light is good, okay, that light is good, okay, the sound is good. You'll do like everything you do for yourself, and that gets obsessive. You get obsessed with creating content that way. So I feel like that was the one thing, and I kept telling myself, oh my god, no, I'll have to work on this. But I started having so much fun on that set that lasted like a day, and then I was fine.
Wow, so it's been quite a transition and you've done it really, you've moved, it's been like a dance for you, I would say.
Thank you.
I've seen a lot of your interviews, you said that your artist manager played a very pivotal role.
My whole team.
Yeah. So, content creators, do you think that they should have their own artist manager or join an artist management company, or we could manage ourselves?
We would like to think that we can manage ourselves, but I was actually on a podcast yesterday and I learned this yesterday. Nusar said this, Tanmay said this. It is imperative, and I always believe in this, it's imperative that you can start off as you're starting off, but it's imperative I'll frame that again, too many sentences. If you're starting off as a creator, as a full-time job, if you are serious about it, know that it's a very long game. It's not something that, I'm just going to do this on the side for like a couple of months till I get a job. Like, it's not that. It'll take you a couple of months to even get what you're doing or understand what you want to do. So if it's a longer game, I have always believed in the power of collaborations. It is important that you eventually work towards finding a place. Like Nusar and Tanmay said this, they were like, get an editor. It's extremely important. All the creators here, I'm sure, know how to edit. But eventually, it's important that you get an editor because that frees up a lot of your time to do more as a creator, as a writer, as a performer. For me, and I understand that I come from a place of privilege when I say this, I was brought to YouTube by the company that manages me. One Digital Entertainment, Sudeep Lahiri, got me to start content on YouTube. He suggested that I should be a YouTuber. So I fortunately never knew a time when I was working without a team. So if you ask me how does one transition, I don't know because I don't have the experience for that. What I do know is that it's important because it's a very fun game, but it can get lonely at times, and it's also quite hectic. So you want to have people around you that you can lean back on.
Because it took me 3 years to get my artist management company.
And what made you switch?
I felt lonely. I felt extremely lonely. I felt very lost.
Right?
It does, because nobody's giving you the right answer and you're like breaking your head on the wall and figuring things out. And
also, your friends won't know.
No, they don't.
You go to your friends with this, ki yaar, ye ho raha hai, and I'm worried about my CPM, and your friends are going to be like, it's going to be fine. Have you tried therapy? And I reached a point where I was like, I said, also make creator friends. It's extremely important.
Yeah.
I am so grateful for my creator friends. I remember Bhuvan was one of my first creator friends. And I remember talking to him this one time, and his reaction, like I didn't have to explain anything. His reaction was, I said, oh my god, he gets it.
Yes.
So I feel like it's important to make these partnerships for you to grow as a creator.
I had like my best friend tell me, she's not from this industry, she was like, take affirmations, do affirmations and beyond numbers and beyond numbers. That's all. Yeah, because I was like, yaar, kuch ho hi nahi raha hai, kuch ho hi nahi raha hai. I'm like, kahan hai artist management company, kahan hai artist management? It takes a while to figure out this entire zone, right?
Yeah, it takes a lot of patience. But I promise you, I love everything about my job. It's the best thing. And what I love the most about being a creator is that not one day is like another. You will never get bored. Every day is different. Every day is new. The possibilities are literally endless. I'm pretty sure there are job profiles that have not even been invented yet that are open for us to take up.
As a content creator, when it comes to making money, like, is it challenging? Is it hard in the start? Should we do it with a job, or people can do like a full-time?
People can try doing it with a job, but like I said, if it is a longer game that you're playing at, it's not easy. It was never easy, but it isn't easy in a lot of things, right? And I feel like that kind of simplified a lot of things in my head where I had that distinction that this is my job. This is what I do for a living. So there is no alternative to getting up, showing up, and working hard, obviously, as a creator. It does take some time. I think I took over almost a year to actually have my first substantial paycheck come through.
Wow. Okay, 1 year approximately. And
But this was 9 years ago.
but it was when you started off. I think YouTube, social media was just like buzzing, right, at that particular point of time. This is what I wanted to understand from you, Prajakta, that a lot of times we all go through creative block. Like when I'm doing a podcast and I'm doing like back to back interviews, and it's like, okay, I don't know what to do now. How do I take this? Like, if I'm doing 2, 3 comedians back to back, like the same questions, how do I, try something different? I'm sure all our lovely creators here face the same challenge. Was there a strategy that you used, when you had creative blocks? What did you do?
I had my first creative block in 2017, and I remember thinking, oh, now I've got to quit. Because as a content creator, if I can't create content, what am I gonna do? Like what I turn up every day to work and like what? Look at my team and say, okay, shoot what? What am I doing? Nothing. It took me a while to realize and make friends with it. Now I'm not friends, we are coordinated. Like my content blocks and I can coexist in my mind because you can't skip it. This is what I mean when I say that it's one brain, it's one perspective. You need your team, you need people, or you need a band of people around you that you can speak to so that they tell you you're not crazy for feeling that way. When I went through my first obviously reaction was that okay, I gotta stop and I gotta start looking for a job. I was like, should I be a copywriter? Should I work in advertising? What should I do? Should I give up this career? And then I realized, but again, not consciously, but at that point I was doing 3 videos in a week, and in my head I used to do this thing where I'm like, no matter what happens, just get through these 3 videos. I used to have a little tick box on my bulletin board.
Yeah.
And I was like, just get through 3 videos. For this week, for now, right now, just get through Tuesday's video. Just get through Thursdays, just get through Saturdays. What happened in that, and I didn't do it consciously, but it kind of just happened, but I learned from it, is that I didn't stop creating content. So in my head, I've gotten rid of all the shit content because you have to put it out. Every video you put out is not going to be great. And you need to make peace with that because every day is different and every day you write is different. So I kind of, for a few weeks, just kept putting out really bad content till one worked. So the only way around content block is to go through it. You can't skip it, you can't go over, under, you have to go through it. It's also a very important metric of understanding where you are as a creator. It is important for you to get those checks every now and then to tell you, okay, now you might have reached a point which is stagnated, so how can you reinvent?
Right. And talking about relevance, right? How do you be relevant throughout as a content creator? Because things are moving at like rapid speed, right?
For me, what has worked is that I have never voiced an opinion or that I don't know enough about or I don't have. I've never tried to be someone that is completely expected of me to be online, and that kind of helped me with staying relevant. I feel like as long as you are in touch with what your brand of being a creator is, I think you're fine. And then again, going back to the same point of really listening to your audience.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Prajakta. Ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
Great food for thought on content. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
And can we have Rahul on stage, please?
Thank you. Goodbye. Hello, everybody. Oh dear. Hello, everybody. Yes. Okay, let's do this. You ready? Let's do this. Ayo. 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 One big one. Ready? Ready?
give yourself a round of applause. Bangalore. I love you guys. Thank you. Okay. Now that we have the energy up again, we can bring our next speaker up. This guy started a WhatsApp group to help his friends get fit. Just a small group of friends. And now he has a community of 2 million people. 2 million. He has started a fitness revolution, okay? He is actually the reason that I've been working out for the last 6 months in a challenge with Messiah. And yes, I know I look much better than Messiah. And it's all thanks to this man coming on stage now. Ladies and gentlemen, the fittest man I know. Please give a big round of applause. It's JC!
Thanks everyone. How many of us know Fitter? Okay, I'm surprised. So those of you guys who don't know who I am, I'm the science trainer. Now the reason he's so fit, you should have looked at him when he was here in India in January. Nikhil Kamath is here, by the way. And before Nikhil Kamath, there was Andrew Forrest. And I feel so embarrassed, like literal billionaires in the house, and I'm just a millionaire. I mean, even the sire is a millionaire. So, should I go back? Right. So, by the way, if you don't like my slides, that's fine, because I landed yesterday and we had a quick workout, and the sire calls me and said, "Jason, you know what? Your slides suck, man." I'm like, okay, because it's just like black background, white text. He said, work with the team, we'll add something. I haven't seen the final slides. So if something comes up, it's not me. So it's one of the guys, honestly. Okay? All right, so that's me. I come from a small village called Polaha and MP. I'm not sure if anybody knows Bhopal. I'm sure. Okay. So all the Bhopalis in the house, raise your hands. Perfect. So you guys know Mandideep, right? Yes. So from Mandideep, there's another 5 kilometers. You have Polaha, and in Mandideep is where my family stays, right? So that's where I was born and brought up. And obviously I was fat, so often teased, bullied in school. And one fine day my friend told me, "Hey, why don't you do something about it?" So I did something about it. I started working out. So that's me. When I was about 13 years old, I started working out. And I got married like almost 11 years back. And this is me now. That's my wife, that's my 10-year-old daughter, and that's me. The answer is no and no. I don't use drugs, and I'm not going to take off my t-shirt. Unless the side wants to do the same. You guys should ask him, probably towards the end of the whole thing. He should take off.
Let's do it.
Let's do it! Afterwards, right? Perfect. Okay. So, funny story. Twitter actually started as a small WhatsApp community. And in 2013, I moved from Bangalore. In Bangalore, by the way, I picked up really good habits. I was smoking almost every day. I was drinking. Yeah. I was drinking almost every weekend. And I was working at IBM, Manila. It's very near from here. Right? And I was staying in Manila, so 40 kilometers. And after my daughter's birth, I gave up smoking and I gave up drinking, and I focused back on health and fitness. Took part in some of the challenges. There was a TV fitness time challenge. I'm not sure how many of you guys know it. Back then, it was pretty cool. Okay, sorry. Is it mine now? I am so sorry. So, took part in a couple of challenges, MTV Fitness Fan Challenge, there was Muscle Mania, not sure if you guys know it. And then I was also featured on Men's Health magazine. And then back then there was no Instagram, there was just Facebook, right? So I was posting all these pictures and stuff on my social media. A couple of guys asked me if I could help them get fit. I'm like, sure. And so we created a small WhatsApp group where I started helping them with free diet and training plans. And after a couple of months, when those people started getting results, they started telling other people. And probably in a couple of months, and maybe 6 months, I had like 200 people from all over the world, and I was training them on WhatsApp for free. One fine day, I go to the gym, and this guy, his name is Ali, he's also my best friend, by the way. So I was true. I have so many best friends. Okay, so he comes to me and says, JC, I'm so depressed. You know, you have to help me out. I'm like 108 kgs, I've done everything, I've spent so much money, and I've lost all hopes. I said, why are you worried? You know, I'll help you get fit. I'm helping so many people get fit. And he said, okay. And then he got fit and he gave me 6,000 rupees. I couldn't sleep that night. I told my wife, babe, someone gave me 6,000 rupees. So like, why would somebody give you 6,000 rupees? Like, because I gave him a diet plan and a training plan. I just could not wrap this whole thing around my head. Like, why the fuck would somebody pay me to give them a diet and training plan? I thought this was all free, and practically diet and training plans are free. Anybody can go to Google, read, and just generate a diet and training plan for free. And then, you know, he recommended me to a lot more people from his community, and everybody wanted to pay me something. This is crazy. There's actually money to be made. But I did not want to charge people for this. Wow, okay. I told these guys to delete this slide. Then I don't know where this came from. It's crazy. So, yeah, wow, that was such a monster. I told you guys, don't get surprised if something amazing comes up in the slides. Okay. So, he recommended me to a lot of his friends, and I started training all of those guys. And, you know, I even wrote a book called Get Shredded. How many of you guys have read Get Shredded document? Okay, quite a few of you. But I would insist that all of you guys should go and read that document. It's like a 40-pager, but covers everything about fitness and nutrition, like from basic stuff. And so I wrote this document, and I published it in a free Facebook community. Back in 2013, Facebook had just launched groups, and it was a very new concept, right? So until then, you had Reddit and 4chan, but Facebook groups was really groundbreaking at the time. So I created this community, published a book, and I thought I was solving a problem because people would just read the book, they will get fit, and everybody's happy. But it actually created more problems because people were reading the book and they were asking questions. Hey, JC, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? And so I started answering those questions. And the community became a thriving community. From 200 people, now we are a community of almost 700,000 plus people in that private Facebook community. Globally, the community is about 3 million people across social media and our app. I started taking seminars in 2015. I must have taken about 200, 250 seminars all over the world, where I would just go and go in different places. Has anyone attended my seminar before? Okay, probably someone. Yeah, there. Okay, you have it. Nice. Good to know. So I used to do them, by the way, back then, like long back, like 2015, 16. I did all of these seminars, and then, you know, one fine day I realized, hey, a lot of people want to come to me, and I saw my messages. Everybody's like, JC, why don't you personally train us? I'm like, why don't you read the book? You can train yourself. They're like, no, but we need you. And that's when I figured out, okay, people need accountability. They need personal motivation. They need somebody who can hold them accountable to their fitness goals. And so I came up with this idea that, hey, if I create a website where people can book coaches like myself and in exchange of a little bit of money, and the coaches can help them with their diet plans and training plans, there's a business that could be built on this. Yeah, that's exactly what we did. We launched Figure, previously it was called as Squats, and in 2016 January, the first month itself, we did a revenue of around 10 lakh rupees with 14 coaches. By the end of the year, we did a business of 9 crore rupees. The whole company was The whole company was bootstrapped with just 92,000 rupees, which was collected from people in the group who then became my co-founders. And okay, they changed the slide. So we have over 300,000 plus paid users now globally in 104 countries. And I remember this post when we actually hit 2,000 members in the group in 2017. Now it's 700,000 plus people. So, and last year we did a business of over 112 crores. We are no longer bootstrapped. We were bootstrapped for the first 5 years. Then I went to YC, quit YC, got funded by Sequoia Surge and a couple of other investment companies. And so that's where we are. Now, this is how I did it. Okay? Now, the reason why you're here is to know why you must do it. First of all, this entire thing was built on top of a community, not social media. There's a difference. And you'd be surprised to know that 96% of all of our customers actually come to us through word of mouth. 96%. We also tried experimenting with performance marketing last 2 years, spent a lot of money and literally like going back to the roots, again, back to the community, no performance marketing, just doing this community stuff. Why must you create a community? But first, what's a community? Any of you guys run a community? Like how many? Oh, okay, perfect. Wow, there's so many guys who have communities. Nice. You guys would know that communities don't really behave in a very specific manner. They have their own. They evolve over a period of time, right? How many of you guys are part of communities? Okay, nice. So, by the way, there are two groups. Community can be anything. Yeah, okay, sorry. Thank you. Yeah, and by the way, community could be anything. You know, there are groups to like literally, community. I mean, don't join a community where, people pretend to be Karens, but you're the one who actually hates Karens, so. It's built on common interest, trust, and mutual growth. Surprising fact for you. So, the clients who I was training back when I started this whole thing on WhatsApp, those clients were the ones who became coaches. And then they trained more people, and then those people became coaches. So we also created another company called INFS, which is Institute of Nutrition and Fitness Sciences, which trains people, educates people in the realm of health and fitness. So a lot of clients, when they got fit, they wanted to become coaches themselves. They wanted to give back to the community. So they pursued the diploma course from the company, and then they became coaches themselves. 50% of all of our coaches were our clients at one point of time, right? So community grows when everybody grows, okay? And like I said before, community is very different from social media. Today, social media is basically just banners. Everybody is selling something, and community is very different. Community is like a closed group of people who are talking, who are engaging in discussions. Now, why must you build a community? Like I said before, 96% of all of our clients come through word of mouth. That's zero acquisition cost if you think about it. Very high retention. A lot of people retain in the company because of community, because as Nosar mentioned in his last video, working out alone is not good enough. You need a community, you need a bunch of people who can be with you in that journey. Whether it's health and fitness, whether it's finance, whether it's anything. You need people around you. And then you build a lot of stronger connections, I mean, what exactly is this? We are all creators here. And look, there's almost 1,000 people here sitting in the audience, and everybody is going to walk away knowing somebody who they did not know before. And that is incredible, right? So community builds stronger connections. And that's why you must all build a community. All right, and of course, this is something which I think everybody knows. You gotta focus on content. You have to add value to your community members, whether it's discussions, whether it's videos, it's anything. You have to keep adding content. You have to communicate to the community. Even though I'm now founder of this company, I engage with people everywhere. Like every single day, I answer at least 50 to 100 questions. People tag me on different places, answer those questions. Okay? And you have to be consistent. Remember, Sachin Tendulkar does not hit six on each ball. He keeps hitting ones and twos, and then when an opportunity comes, he hits a boundary. But he stays on the field long enough, and it's a century, right? So it's all about being consistent, taking those ones and twos, not rushing, not trying to hit a boundary on every ball. I hope that makes sense. Yep. Another thing is like I would love for you guys to collab with us for your fitness journeys, like we have done it with Messiah. Okay, nice. Yes. I hope you don't hate me. Okay. All right. We have some questions.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
So I am running a community for music school owners and other kind of businesses. What I wanted to know is like how to build a trust. So sometimes it happens like I am operating in a US market. So they tend to behave like I am an Indian and they don't trust me. And it's been happening because they have not seen an Indian before in their own community. So that's what's been happening. So I wanted to know how to build a trust, first of all, and then consistency obviously plays a huge role. I mean, the trust factor is only the thing I wanted to know. How to build a trust among those people.
Well, I mean, trust
Because when I invite someone to the community or I tend to promote my community, I want someone to join it, obviously. He or she doesn't join, it's of no use. So how to make people join the community? That's the main thing.
Right. So if your community is really adding value, you don't have to push people to join the community. That's what I have seen in my personal experience. Like we did not do any sort of promotion, or we did not ask people to join